we're going to be joined by Jordyn Brooks. Very defensive-heavy day today, which
Yeah.
I'm very grateful for, considering the news that we got out of Carolina today. Dave, I know that you asked Artie this question. I'm going to relay the same question to Jordyn. We obviously learned just a bit earlier this afternoon that Bryce Young is not expected to play in Week 3. Have you guys been kind of prepping for both guys, knowing Bryce was hurt?
I think we just found out this morning.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, we think the game plan will be the same as far as what they want to do. But obviously knowing, like, Andy Dalton's a little bit more experienced. So I don't think there'll be much difference as far as what we think they'll do. So, but we'll still prepare for both quarterbacks.
Jordan, man, I know you've been getting praise for just how fast your recovery was. And I was looking, I'm trying to relate it. And I go, I bet he looked at it as, like, when I'm driving to a destination and said, you'll get there in 30 minutes. I go, no, I'm going to get there in 25 minutes because I'm going to make sure I hit all the right corners and all that stuff. Did you see that date as a challenge? They give you a date and you said, no, I'm gonna be ready before that, or did it just kind of happen naturally?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of both, man. You know, anybody knows me, they know that I pray. And so the first thing I did was pray. And I feel like I got confirmation spiritually, like, this won't be long. And I started getting confidence. I swear to God, like maybe the first week out of surgery, I was supposed to be in a brace for like a month or whatever, but I took the brace off and I'm just walking around normal. And week by week, I'm just like, hey, this is not as bad as they was making it seem. And I got up here for OTAs and I'm seeing everybody practice, and it was making me burn inside. Like, dang, I don't like sitting on the sideline.
Right.
Like, so I felt like that kind of catapulted me, like, as far as just recovery. And it's all mindset too. Like, a lot of guys struggle from thinking that I'm not sure if I'm healed, or they go through that battle. And I just thank God it didn't happen for me that way. And so I'm just happy to be back.
Yeah, we're happy to have you, man. I'll tell you what, I feel like you're one of those players that always does right. Like last year, it was a struggle against the run a bit, but I didn't see anything out of you. And this year, same thing, man. You're just the most solid. Seems like you're always in the right spot. But just in general, tell us about what's different this year against the run than last year.
I think the mindset is the biggest thing. For whatever reason, we just were not on the same page as a unit last year as far as stopping the run. I think we had the guys, but mentally everybody just wasn't bought in. And it's hard to be great when everybody's not bought in. And I think Bobby, for one, has probably been the biggest piece, is just kind of having that veteran leadership and having somebody in the locker room that guys can respect and listen to, you know. And so him coming back, you know, this was the main theme of the offseason. We got to stop the run. We got to stop the run. And I think guys are buying into it. As the weeks progress, I think we're getting more confident, and we expect to be more dominant.
It sounds like Bobby spoke with you guys coming into Week 2. What was the messaging that he had?
To pretty much stop feeling sorry for ourselves. We let one go the first game that we shouldn't have, and it kind of shocked us, like, as a unit, like, dang, we just lost that game. And, you know, you can kind of feel the vibe early in the week, like everybody's just scratching their head, you know. And, you know, me and Bobby was kind of talking about it, and he was like, look, we got to seize the moment right now to where it's still early enough in the week to get this thing turned around, the energy. So he stopped us before practice, talked to everybody about what we need to do, had a great practice for the rest of the week, and went out there and won a big-time football game.
Man, all week I've been defending DT. I said, look, if Jared Goff going to act like he has the football, all right, he needs to be hit as if he has the football. So that's me on the outside looking in, kind of defending. I know you guys had to give him a little bit of grief in the locker room, though, about that whole situation.
I mean, DT hadn't got a day off.
Did you guys play the highlight? Because he has a celly.
Yeah, so, like, on that play, Q Diggs had a good hit on that play.
Yeah, lit him up.
And so we always praise big hits. So every day we're going to show that play. And if you watch that play, then DT's on the same play. So he probably won't get a break from it for a while now. But, I mean, at the time it wasn't funny.
Yeah,
but looking back at it, you could see how he thought maybe the quarterback had the ball. And so it's all fun and games now.
That's always fun when you have somebody to make fun of, right?
Absolutely. As long as it's not you.
Right?
Every time.
Yeah, well, and also I remember we used to play back anytime like a coach got ran over on the sidelines, things like that. You see stuff like that that brings a little levity, but like you said, the W makes it a little more fun.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We can laugh about it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I
afterwards.
don't know that the highlight would be quite as great were it a loss that like cost the game.
Well, he
Daryl
swore
feeling
up
horrible.
and down that he made that sack.
Yeah,
Boy, I tell you.
it was so great. The flag being thrown in the background while he's like, yes! It's amazing. I would also want to watch that clip all the time.
That's funny.
Again, you guys heading back home for week 3, going to be taking on Carolina. I'm sure that there's more that you're going to be studying about this team, right? You've just kind of started turning the page starting yesterday on Wednesday, but anything early you can tell us about the Panthers?
Yeah, I think their offensive line is solid, and they got some good blocking tight ends that, they have a good running game, and we know that's what they're definitely going to try to do, considering that the quarterback might not be playing, and they have a great defense. And so, the game plan might be try to come and run the ball, keep it close, play great defense on their end. And so we know, like I said earlier, number one thing is always stopping the run. And so that's going to be our goal, kill the run to where, we got to force them in pass situations and then be sticky in coverage and get off the field on third down. But that's pretty much what we expect at this point.
Man, you've been around the block a couple times, veteran in this league. How fun is it to see a rookie hit the field and just be excited and making plays the same way that Devin Witherspoon was last weekend?
It's awesome, man. His first game was a little different than mine because I played with nobody in the stands during the COVID year.
Right.
But just seeing him, because he was out for a while with a hamstring or whatever, but just seeing him go out there and make plays and just having fun with it, and that's his personality. If anybody knows him, he's always up and down, yelling and jumping and stuff. And so, but it was just great to see him get out there, make plays, and hopefully build his confidence going in because we definitely don't need him.
Hey, I've always said this about you. I mean, you didn't really play a lot of zone, it seemed like, in college. But if I close my eyes, I can see you picking up a deep crosser. You always, do that, and it's something that gets done every time. Is that kind of what it seemed like? They're completing passes across the middle when you're playing zone defense. What are kind of your reads there, and what are some of the things you guys are working on to shore that up a little bit?
Yeah. Depending on which zone defense we're in. So, everybody knows we play a lot of cover 3. And so, as far as me, I've usually got weak hook issues, which is why you see me picking up the deep crosses because they want to hit that little void in the field to where the corner's gone and the post safety is gone and try to hit that void. And that's where I gotta be there to fill that void. And so that's why you see me with a lot of the deep crosses. And then a lot of the times they might run a deep crosser and they run a dig with it. And so that's where whoever the other hooker is, he's got to be there for the dig where they want to throw it in between the hashes. And so a lot of teams attack the same way, at least versus us. And so that's just an example of just pretty much what my responsibility will be.
He is Seahawks linebacker Jordyn Brooks. A big week 3 for these guys. Panthers coming to town. No Bryce Young, going to be Andy Dalton. Jordyn, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Appreciate you.